Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey is leading the battle in Washington to preserve local media and free speech. At issue is the survival of public access television across the country and right here at LTC in Lowell. The Federal Communications Commission, or the FCC, is a 5-person panel led by President Trump's appointee, Ajit Pai. The FCC is proposing rule changes to alter legislation that has been in place since Congress passed the Cable Act of 1984. On April 1st, Senator Markey convened a meeting of 60 Access Center leaders and held a press conference to clarify what is at stake and why.
Today, community television faces an existential threat. The Federal Communications Commission has proposed a rule change that would allow cable companies to shirk their obligation to the communities where they operate. Under current law, towns and cities across the country and the Commonwealth are permitted to require, as part of the cable franchise agreements, the cable operators meet demonstrated community needs by setting aside channels for PEG stations. Yet, the FCC's current proposal would allow cable operators to assign a value to these channels and then subtract that amount and the value the operator places on any other in-kind contributions from the franchise fees the cable operator owes. What's in jeopardy for Massachusetts PEG stations? Potentially tens of millions of dollars in funding that otherwise would be used in the community. And as a result of these proposed changes at the Federal Communications Commission, local governments in Massachusetts and across the country would be forced to decide between supporting local PEG channels and supporting other critical institutions serving the public good, like schools and public safety buildings. That's a Sophie's choice.
According to the senator, the big cable companies are petitioning the FCC for these changes solely to increase their already massive profits. Consumers would not see their cable bills go down, and towns would lose their important municipal meeting coverage and coverage of community issues and events. They would lose their nonpartisan election programming, member-produced shows, and much more. The senator pointed out that the FCC is overstepping its mandate by attempting to substantially change legislation, which is rightfully the purview of Congress. The public service requirements from the 1984 Cable Act include franchise fees and free public channels in return for the company's use of public rights-of-way for laying their cables. Now the companies use their cables for phone and internet services too, but don't pay extra despite increases in profits.
This access is worth fighting for. It's worth protecting. And that's why I have led a letter to the Federal Communications Commission with 10 of my senatorial colleagues. And I've personally spoken to the FCC, urging it to cease any rulemaking that would damage PEG channels. The FCC should work for communities, not powerful cable companies. That is what they are sworn to do. This is where the fight begins, and we're going to spread this across the whole country, because at jeopardy is nothing less than democracy.
PEG stands for Public Education and Government Channels. Here in Lowell, our public channels are $8.95, the city's education channel is $22, and the government channel is $99, where all the city meetings can be found. These channels could be gone with a stroke of the FCC's pen. We will keep you informed as things progress.